So here I am in Rendlesham, where it all began. We were here for 12 years. In 1999, we had the most harebrained idea to bring theatre out here into the woods. We applied to the Arts Council for a grant to bring art to unusual places. And I can remember the days, if it was yesterday, when we first came out here. It was drizzling with rain, and looking over at the space and thinking, what on earth have we done? But we were signed up to it, so we got on with it and we did it, and it was the most extraordinary experience. In year one, the actors stayed here, actually in this clearing, in a massive scouting tent all together. And of course, if people hadn't come that year to watch the show, then of course it wouldn't have ever continued. We were here for 2 nights, and I think something like 250 plus people turned up both nights. And in the first year, it was UFO, which was the story of the Rendlesham Roswell incident. So the most notorious UFO sightings this country has ever known, supposedly. I think our tagline was, "Everything you've heard is true." So we had the idea of putting all the different theories, from the skeptics to the real passionate believers, into the show. And I believed at one point that it was going to be really serious and moving. It turned out to be absolutely hilarious, of course, and was a great night. So the following year it was a no-brainer, really. We came back with A Midsummer Night's Dream, and from there the partnership between Theatre in the Forest and Shakespeare was born, and the origins of the whole event leading up to where we are today. So this spot is just about where I used to come off stage when we were doing Macbeth. I'd been playing Lady Macbeth, and I used to come off stage because there was only us in the show. So once my character had died, I'd come off stage to operate the sound and the lighting, which was here on a little box on the ground. And I can remember operating the lighting for the moving of Birnam Wood, which was extraordinary. And I could see the audience from here as I operated the lighting, and I could see the trees moving towards the audience and everybody kind of gasping and screaming, which was just a brilliant thing to see every night. So it was literally only us doing everything. So we'd come off stage, I'd run round, we had a marquee for refreshments, and I can remember coming off stage as Lady Macbeth, running round and pouring the teas, and the woman, first woman in the queue, just looking at me as if to say, she's completely insane. But that's how it was. That's how we got it off the ground. We used to greet the audience in costume at the gate. But now that's become part of Theatre in the Forest, so our audiences expect to see the actors in costume. But really, it came about by necessity, because we had to be ready to go on, but we also had to make sure that the cars were parked correctly and that the auditorium was set out correctly. So everybody, it was all hands on deck, everybody creating the experience for the audience together.